I've got a big axe too.
And done. Did you like that? That
little hustle.
It's like, yeah, who else wants some?
That was you trying to leave the trail today.
Oh my god, yeah, because... Hey puppers, welcome back to Darksiders. Okay, so we've made our way into the Twilight Cathedral. This is our first big dungeon of the game.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, so there's going to be a lot of combat and puzzles.
Okay.
Very Zelda-esque. Zelda was a huge inspiration for the dungeon design and the gameplay of this game, as was Devil May Cry, God of War, Prince of Persia. A lot of just popular games at the time became a melting pot for Darksiders.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, we're going to have a lot of Gothic architecture. It's neat because it's a mix of like modern day, but also like Gothic churches and cathedrals. And here come the demons. Here comes the undead. But yeah, we're also playing Castlevania Circle of the Moon at this time, so that is Gothic architecture with pixel art. This is Gothic architecture in 3D models and textures.
Yeah. Which is still really neat to see because, like, you can get more of those.
There's also a lot more details.
Yeah,
Yep.
those little nitty-gritty details. And
I also purchased that scythe a few parts back, which I think is a reference to your brother Death's scythe, that Rider of the Apocalypse, because he battles with scythes.
You said Death Scythe, and all I thought of was Spirit from Soul Eater.
Oh, yeah.
And I just pictured him strolling in, like, to this game, like, ah!
No, I'm talking about his brother. So, the Four Horsemen are slightly different from the actual Four Horsemen in...
Biblical context.
literature. So, in this one, it is War, Death, Fury, and Strife.
Okay.
Whereas I believe the originals are War, Death, Pestilence,
And Famine.
And Famine, yeah. But again, it's a very combat-oriented series, so they decided to make Fury and Strife instead.
Which, I mean, like, honestly, if they really wanted to, that could have been really cool to have, like, Pestilence and
What would Pestilence
Famine.
do? Give you COVID?
Think about it. It would have, like, curses. It would
Okay.
make you sick. Like, Famine, granted...
So it'd be more about status effects.
Yeah. And
than
then
actual
Famine,
combat.
it would be like you would have to take care of your character. You'd have to find ways to feed them.
Oh, so it'd be like Dark Souls or Dark Cloud.
Yeah.
Where it's like your weapons will break.
Yeah.
You have a dehydration meter.
But only with that specific horseman. So I feel like if they really wanted to, they definitely could have.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think that was a super innovative thought that I had. You know?
They just kind of went the easy
But
way out.
it is a slasher game, so, like, it would make more sense that...
Yeah, War's the
They would
swordsman,
have-
Death used scythes, Fury has a whip, and Strife uses guns.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. Strife is the only one that doesn't have his own game yet. Fury is the main protagonist of Darksiders 3, and Death is the main protagonist of Darksiders 2.
Okay.
Now, Darksiders 1 is the only one I've beaten.
Huh.
I have not beaten 2, and I haven't even played 3.
Do you have them?
I have 2, yes. I do not have 3. Alright, and this is the Prince of Persia aesthetic. So in the Prince of Persia games, you kind of just like
Wall climb.
wall climb, yep, slide on through. Well, it's really cool because you have this item called the Sands of Time. That's what the trilogy is basically named after. And you can rewind time based on how much sand is in the hourglass.
Okay.
So if you miss a jump, you can rewind.
So
and it'll actually rewind the gameplay
I feel
so you
like
can
the
retry.
designers of the game are like, oh, these people want to use a rewind feature?
I mean, this was back in 2002. So it was really like before that kind of stuff became mainstream.
Oh, so maybe it became mainstream because they're like, well, Prince of Persia, let me try again.
Probably, because the original Prince of Persia, I believe, was an arcade game. Or a computer game, I'm sorry. It was a very old computer game. And it was basically just about, like, trial and error.
Okay.
going through booby traps and stuff like that. Whereas the newer Prince of Persia games were kind of like a mix of like action exploration with puzzles and stuff like that. And rather than like having excessive save points, it's more like preserve your sands and you can retry if you screw up or fail. But no, it's really neat. We'll get around to them sometime on this channel, I do believe.
I do remember the page for it, so...
That's actually a different Prince of Persia.
Oh.
That was after the trilogy.
Okay.
That one has a whole different mechanic that's heavily based around like puzzle platforming.
Oh.
And in that one, I don't think you can die.
Okay.
You just like auto respawn, from what I recall. And like it's still called Prince of Persia, but it's an entirely different prince, an entirely different story.
Okay.
It's just its own thing.
Well, I mean, because like the Prince of Persia is free domain.
I think so, yeah.
So it's like
Even
public
though all
domain.
the games are made
There
by
we go.
yeah, public domain. Even though I believe all the games are made by the same company.
well.
Yeah. What can you do? Unfortunately, you can't use the enemy's weapons. That's like Breath of the Wild, when you just knock them down. It's just like, I'll take this.
I'm gonna take your stick. This is my stick now.
Ooh, an artifact. Let's see if I can use my wings. And nope. We'll try again after we eliminate these demons.
How about the demons? One of my coworkers' younger sibling is watching Good Omens for the first time, and I got so unreasonably excited.
What is unreasonably excited?
Because
is that like squealing?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was just like, it's such a good show! And she was like, oh wow, I didn't know you felt that way. And I was like, it's so good!
Rats. I can do it. Climb up to the top. No. I want to hop off the top, not climb down. Stop.
Me trying to have Link climb a ladder. I'm just like, listen, you simple bitch.
I know I can do it. As I zoom the camera right up War's ass.
He's like, whoa. At least I'm wearing pants.
See, I want to jump. Just let go. Let go, War. There it is. Artifact. Return it to Vulgrim and he'll reward you. Alright, cool. Okay, now that we've got that, we can move on. Like I've stated before, I like to try to get everything in my path, but if something gives me too much trouble while I'm recording, I'm
it's
just
like,
we gotta move on.
Yeah.
Sorry. So that's where that is. We don't collect it, but moving on. Or I'll just be like, so that's where that is. Cut the video, the next part. I went and got it.
Yeah.
Lord knows how long it took me, but I went and got it. Beholder's Key, okay. That's basically the equivalent of a small key in The Legend of Zelda.
Okay.
Which Breath of the Wild doesn't have any keys.
I was gonna say, I don't think I found any keys there.
It doesn't have any. Because, like, and I get the appeal, but, like, nothing matters.
Yeah.
Like, none of the dungeons are just like, whoop, you have to stay here. You're stuck now. It's just like, no, go.
Zelda!
You're free.
Just killed a man.
Oop, careful. There we go. That was a stylish kill. Okay, this is locked. Nope, can't do anything with that yet. I guess the only thing I had to get here for now was the key. Alrighty.
I dislike my brain sometimes.
Let's head on
It's
back.
fun in there, but it's also kind of like,
It's fun
stop.
in
Stop
Why?
it.
What's your brain saying now?
So, just trying to think up lyrics to Bohemian Rhapsody, but for Zelda.
Ugh. That'd be a long-ass song, but there's enough Zelda games to make it possible.
Yeah. Do you like the pumpkin cinnamon tea?
Yeah, it's not that bad.
I enjoy it.
I can get down with it. Not my favorite tea, but Good enough.
It's spicy.
Ah, shit! I juggled him, got cocky, and fell right into the lava.
The floor is lava.
Ah, jeez. Even when I try to look cool, I cuck up. Damn it all. Alright.
I
So let's backtrack a bit and see if we can find ourselves a locked door.
I can't even pretend to be cool. Because I'm just not.
Well, at least there's honesty. Careful with the ledge, careful with the ledge. There we go. There we go. Stay far away from the lava, my friends.
Slurp, slurp, slurp,
You
slurp.
probably shouldn't do it directly into the microphone. Sorry.
I made pumpkin cinnamon tea. So it's kind of got like a spicy sweet going on.
No, it's nice.
I like to make my own tea blends.
Indeed you do.
Sometimes they work, and then sometimes I'm like, oh, for the love of God.
I've made a witch's poison. Don't drink a poison.
Yeah.
Ah, there's our door.
Slowly dumps it into the plant next to me.
Aw.
Sorry, Gaston.
Gaston turns into a llama.
I think I
Did you ever
need...
notice that little bit of symbolism?
Yeah.
When Kronk dumps
And
the
the
potion
plant turns into a llama.
The plant turns into a llama.
I need to put Gaston somewhere where it's warm. He's not doing too awesome.
Might want to explain to our puppers who Gaston is.
Oh, you got me a little succulent for Valentine's Day, and he's like this little spiky succulent plant and a little heart face, and we named him Gaston.
Yep.
So
there we go. She names her plants.
I do, and I talk to them too. But yeah, right now he's on the windowsill here in our office, and I think it's just a little too cold for him.
Yeah. We'll have to relocate. Uh-oh. Looks like we got ourselves an ice night. Ho 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 ho. Alright, so this guy's gonna hit like a bulldozer. Ouch. Oh. Alright, so what you gotta do is you gotta chop off his armor bit by bit.
I can really appreciate how like, big and bulky they are, but then you like look at how like he has such skinny little legs.
Well,
oh,
yeah,
he's a skeleton.
Yeah, he's an undead in armor.
Gotcha.
So like it's the armor that makes him look big and
I was just like, ha,
and
look
the
at your
huge axe.
skinny little legs.
Can't underestimate the huge axe.
Yeah.
That also makes him look threatening. Look out. Alright, come on in. Strip off his torso.
I've got a big axe too.
And done. Did you like that? That
little hustle.
It's like, yeah, who else wants some?
That was you trying to leave the trail today.
Oh my god, yeah, because when we were going back, the cold wind was just smacking me in the face, so I decided to turn around and just walk backwards.
There was a dog walking behind us, and the dog was like, nope.
Yeah, it's just like, whoa, that guy's scary. He's walking backwards. Because we were looking at spots for our wedding.
Yes.
And we found a very beautiful one. You'll see pictures and maybe like a small video.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put like a small, maybe a short or something on YouTube. But yeah, we're getting married in about 4 weeks.
Yeah. It's wild.
So yeah, it's coming up fast.
From recording this. By the time this comes out, it's going to be much closer.
It's going to be 3 or 2. Time's up, SpongeBob.
Yeah, we're just going to get a few things in order for transportation and...
Mm-hmm. But it's just going to be basically eloping.
Yeah.
With an officiant, a photographer, and then afterwards we go eat.
Yes.
And then in September, I believe,
yeah,
we have a legit party.
Yeah, and that'll be for like all of our family and friends and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm sure you'll see lots of pictures. And
all right, so this is what the swords do. And that's how you unlock the doors.
Oh.
So you got to keep an eye on those statues. If they're missing a sword, you got to find a sword and then place it. But you also get to use it as a sword.
Okay.
So it works as a key item, but it also works as a weapon. Oh, jeez.
Ooh.
These two are still duking it out. It's Luna and Bubka.
Oh, my God. Yep. That's Wesker. Wesker's war right now. The cats are fighting. He's like, I'm just going to hustle on
He's
past
just
here.
strolling on through. Oh, shit. Okay.
I'm on fire!
Oh my god, I'm on fire! You're on fire, donkey. No, you're really on fire. There we go. Yoink. Alright, another sword. Look out, look out, look out. If you stand below those things before you harm them, they'll drop down and eat you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a pleasant thing. But right now, though, we gotta clear out these enemies. Come on, guys, get out of my way. We got a big guy over here. See, what I like to do is get a little enemy close to like a finisher, and then when the bigger enemy winds up for an attack, I do the finisher. No, you can do the finisher, and like because it's like a cutscene in a sense.
Oh, the big guy stops.
Yeah, it interrupts the enemy's attack. Because you're...
Well, that's polite.
Yeah, well, it's kind of cheap that like if you're doing a finisher and you can still take damage. So it cuts out like damage from other enemies while you're doing a finisher, like right there.
Okay.
While I was like chopping off his limbs. You hit the circle button and then War just does the finisher. You don't have to press anything. He does the finisher.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's a way to cheat.
No, we did our best. And then cheated a little.
Here we go. You look like you could use this, madam. Alrighty. Okay, and you can't hear it because the audio's off during the recording, but you know how in Zelda when you solve something it goes doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo?
Yeah.
This one goes bum-bum-bum-bum-bum. So it's kind of the same thing, but it's just wrong enough.
I feel like
But it's to let you know that like, hey, a puzzle's been solved, so it goes bum-bum-bum-bum-bum.
I feel like War, like, this whole time he was waiting for the apocalypse before he was framed, he was just playing Zelda.
I'm living out my greatest fantasy. Is this Hyrule, or is this a fantasy?
Yup. Caught in the tundra. No mushroom soup is inside of me.
Not bad, not bad. Yeah, we can work with it. We're going to release an album of all these parody songs from 10 years. Hey, we're going to work at Rockstar.
Yup.
Okay, so one of those crystals are over there. And I want to blow it up because it guards a secret. But I got to time it just right with these bombs. Nope. Got to throw it right through that hole.
War's like, I shouldn't have skipped Jim.
Oh, shit.
You got blowed up.
Yep. When was the last waypoint?
Oh, no.
No, it should be fine because this game auto saves.
Okay.
If this was Circle of the Moon, it'd be rough. Now, it's still going to start me roughly in the beginning of the dungeon. But let's see.
Now, all of the, like, swords and stuff that you've done.
We're going to find out right now. Yeah, she still has her sword. So, yeah, that's saved. Okay, so, yeah, just right here. And, yep, all the enemies are dead. And her sword's there. Good.
Sweet. Okay.
Okay, so there's the bomb. We'll come back for that. That takes a lot of damage if you screw up. Alright, let's go up here. Maybe, wink wink, there's a tool that we need to make that easier. Because that's another thing.
See, I don't have that
makes it like
sense
Zelda.
at all.
See, the sense is, it's like Zelda. Well, in Zelda dungeons, you kind of go into a dungeon, and then you get a tool, and then you're just like, so that's how you solve these puzzles.
See, I always
So
struggle.
it's that Zelda button that goes,
Well, see, I always struggle with, am I just not getting it? Like, am I just not doing it right?
Right.
Or do I need something?
Mm-hmm. Well, that is where Breath of the Wild appeals to you.
Yeah.
There is no you need something. You have the tools, because the game starts you with everything, pretty much.
Yeah.
And, like, that is an approach.
Like, it's fine, but it also...
But it also, like...
will get old.
Yeah, because the game stops throwing new things, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The game stops throwing new things at you because you as a character stop getting new meaningful things.
Yeah.
all of your abilities are front-loaded. So there's not that progression of a difficulty curve, which I like. It's just, it's my taste. I know it's a me thing.
Yeah.
I definitely know it's a me thing. I mean, it's one of the best-selling games of all time, so...
Well, I'm like that with authors and books. I'm like, why? It's garbage. And I'm like, well, they've made millions.
Yeah.
So, clearly they're doing something that people like.
It's made millions. It's getting a sequel. Ah, there we go. So that's where we go. No problem. Okay. So what's down here? But yeah, long story short, like all the Zeldas that aren't Breath of the Wild, there's a tool in here that allows you to unlock more of the dungeon.
Yeah.
And also allow you to access other areas. It's that Metroidvania kind of aspect where like, can't do anything yet, and then you get an ability that specifically does something, and you're just like, oh, cool, so now I can go back here.
Yeah.
And we're just going to whip around with this beautiful sight. Look at all those numbers. A 25-hit combo.
Nice.
Not bad at all. Yep, collecting souls. And what's nice is at any time you can go back to the entrance and see Volgrim. Volgrim's at the entrance, so like anytime it's just like, I want some health upgrades.
Yeah.
Or I want to learn new abilities. I got plenty of souls. Because I'm pretty sure the game allows you to farm souls. Most of these enemies keep coming back.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoop. Okay. What's in here? Okay, that door's locked. Oh, okay. And here it is. Here's our tool. Gonna smash it open.
I like that it's like chained up. Oh, that thing's massive.
Yep. That's the crossblade. It's basically our boomerang.
Nice.
It's a Zelda boomerang, but badass.
It's a Zelda boomerang, but with blades.
Okay. So now we're going to have our little crossblade tutorial. You can lock on to up to 5 targets.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, you can like do a chain. And I'm trying to do that, but they're shooting fireballs at me. So I'm just like, one at a time's enough. Because you're getting close, and I don't like that. I don't think you can grab onto the fire ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Burn your hands.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
Need the cobweb duster.
Indeed we do. But no, this is probably one of the most detailed games you've seen on the show so far. Like with all the textures and the details and stuff like that. Because most of the games we play are like retro.
They're retro.
Or like even Ys or like they're not as detailed.
They're beautiful, but in a different way.
Well, they're more cell shaded. So like they're not gonna have they're gonna have flat textures.
Right.
Whereas this really goes for the textures. Oh, here we go. Another round of enemies. More fools to rob.
Give me your souls.
Kersplat. Good. And away you go. And that's the way the news goes. Okay, so this is an enemy that's very particular to using the crossblade.
Okay.
So it emits a poison
and
aura
say he looks
around
like he
it.
stinks.
Yeah, so that's poison. But if you use the crossblade, it'll evaporate the poison from around him. So now you can fight it regularly until the poison comes back, and then you rinse and repeat.
Okay.
But also, when you kill it, there's one more thing you have to do. And I'll show this off momentarily. For now, we gotta avoid its big old hulking mitts. Alright, so I'm gonna stab it, tear out its head, and see that poison spraying everywhere?
Yeah.
Get out of dodge. Wait for it. And detonate. There you go.
Okay.
So it's basically like a
So
poison bomb.
you still have to kill the body.
Yep. So now this is the puzzle aspect of the crossblade. Anytime you see these crystals, you can activate them with the crossblade. Ching! And that's how we open those doors.
Neat.
So we're going to go back through the Twilight Cathedral to those doors that were locked and look for a crystal.
Okay.
Because they were there the whole time.
I have to admit, for a bunch of weaklings, those humans were full of surprises. Who knows what secrets they
Okay,
buried
I think
down
that's
here.
all that's here. So let's move on through. Oh boy. Oh joy, the Twilight Cathedral has a welcoming party.
They're like, caw, welcome. Blah.
Alright, you guys.
I tried to make a velociraptor sound, and it
Oh
came
yeah,
out like
you
a
did.
walrus.
You're like, arr, arr.
Arr, arr. You were like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like I was trying to sound like a velociraptor.
Yeah, because they're building something down by the park. And I was just like, maybe they're keeping velociraptors.
I was like, that'd be so cool.
Shoot her! Shoot her!
Could you imagine that story on the news? All the people in our city
I'd
would
watch
be
the
like,
news.
what's another shooting? They would completely neglect the fact that it was a dinosaur.
Yeah.
They'd be like, listen, man, I don't care what her name is. Like,
Left out some very vital information there. Okay, so when I pull this switch, whoa, careful. Don't swing right off the ledge.
I burped and it tasted like tacos.
Nice. Alright, something's jammed. So we gotta unjam it so that we can
Slap some
actually move
peanut
it.
butter on that jam.
Oh my god. Slap some peanut butter on this jam. God, that is from Young Van Helsing, which I still think is the worst of the perfectly
It
Pawfuls
was
we've seen.
the
Either
longest.
that or Thanksgiving.
Oh, Thanksgiving was bad, but I feel like it was trying to be bad.
Okay.
Whereas, like, I feel like Young Van Helsing was somebody's, like, serious,
College project.
yeah, that they, like, worked really hard on.
Okay, so, and I want you to be honest. Young Van Helsing or the Duelist Brotherhood movie?
Well, I only saw, like, a clip of the Duelist Brotherhood.
No, you saw the whole thing.
Oh, that was the whole thing?
Siblings from Hell? Yeah, that DVD that we watched?
Yeah.
That
It
was
was
the-
only, like, 5 minutes.
No. No, it was like 20.
Oh, well, then that one's better, obviously, because it felt like only
'Cause
5 minutes.
Well, all right then.
Versus Young Van Helsing that felt like it took 3 days to watch.
It was painful. And
We went through.
It didn't
we
help
went
that
through
it
the-
had like full-on music videos.
Well, we went through the plot of Van Helsing, Indiana Jones,
Yep,
Harry Potter,
correct. The Mummy.
The Mummy. Like, all of these plots were in one movie. Mm-hmm. Plus music videos.
Plus music videos, yeah.
Not just one.
Okay, so this is cool. The crossblade can absorb arcane energy from targets. So it
Okay.
can absorb the flame from that torch. Whoop, I did it backwards. I hit the bombs first, then the torch.
Now I'm on fire.
You want to do this. And there you go. And that's how you can detonate bombs from afar. Heat them up and watch them blow. Nothing there. No, that's just decoration. That's the trickiest thing about 3D games. You don't
Yeah.
get that much in 2D
you
games.
can't
It's like,
tell what's
is that
interactable,
decoration
yeah.
or can I interact with
Oh,
it?
I still find a way to do that in 2D games.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Absolutely.
How? Most of them are like side scrollers.
No.
No? Okay.
I mean, I do that in every game. I'm like, can I touch this?
I can touch you now.
Yeah. Should I play with this?
Okay, so we got 3 doors, 3 statues, which that means 3 swords.
Okay.
All right, we got to grab 3 swords to give to the 3 statues. And believe it or not, we're already halfway done with the Twilight Cathedral.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep. So let's clear out the path. Is that everything? Something over there. Okay. Whee!
Whoops.
That was fun! Okay, there's some crystals over there that we can use. Alright, got a bit of platforming coming up here.
Ugh.
So my advice is to take these guys out before you move on to the next platform. Because they're just going to shoot you nonstop.
Do they,
Yeah, they'll knock you into the lava.
well, no, I meant, like, do they, come back?
More come back the further you go.
Okay.
So, like, each time I hit a crystal, I think more appear.
And say it's like that and Ys, whenever they're like firebirds that you have to fight, they will reignite themselves.
Oh.
Like you knock out their flames and they go to a fire and they reignite themselves. So it's like while they're not in flames is when you have to try to kill them or blow out the fire.
Yeah, I remember those. No, luckily the bats are not part of the puzzle. They're just an obstacle keeping you from solving the puzzle. Because while you're trying to focus on throwing the crossblade at the crystals, they're tossing fireballs at you. But what we want to do, see here's some more, is get ourselves up to a bomb and then chuck a bomb at those red crystals to detonate and reveal more paths. Ping. Can I make it? Yeah! Thank you, ledge grab. Hooray for opposable thumbs.
I'm over here like, so we're shopping for houses.
Okay.
Casually. Nothing too crazy serious, but like genuinely looking for you know, a new house. And my brain is like, okay, well, we're obviously going to downsize. Like we live currently in a pretty big house. We don't really need all the space in the house, even though we do use most of it.
Yeah.
We don't really need it.
Yeah.
So we're looking at houses that are a little bit smaller, and my head is like, we should buy a church.
Nope.
We should convert a church into a house and live in a church.
Nah, I'm not a fan of that. Churches can be kind of creepy.
Depends on the church. I remember the first time I watched The Princess Diaries, I was like convinced that we were going to move into a firehouse.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I was like, I want to live in a firehouse.
Just really like the aesthetic.
Yeah, I just thought it was cool.
Okay.
I really like the industrial look.
Okay. No, you make a great point. All right, so I don't know what I'm trying to do here. I'm hitting it, but I want to grab it, and then... Do I figure... Yes, I do! Okay. Chuck that. There we go. Don't even need the crossblade.
Boom.
And now for this one over here. Okay. Now that that's open. Whoops, didn't want to... I don't know how I grabbed that one, but it happened.
I was like, oh my god.
I was just like moving through, jumping. I was just like, hee! All right, in the next episode, we're going to continue more of the Twilight Cathedral. See you then.
Toodles.